Hello! This is Patrick. You're watching Tesla Trip. I'm live at the Supercharging station in Salt Lake City. Um, Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be charging up here for the next few minutes, and I wanted to go over some Tesla news. I didn't want to wait any longer to put together the video like I normally do. And this was the original intent of this channel, is while I'm out and about traveling the country for whatever reasons, I'd stop and I'd, do a little live video chat with everybody. So this is live. Please comment below in the chat, and I will respond as I see them coming through. And it's really cool that, superchargers, or this particular supercharger, which is the Salt Lake City store, has awesome Wi-Fi with a 20 megabyte upload, which makes this significantly easier to do, because I've been trying to do it in Wyoming and it hasn't worked out too well because of the lack of upload on the cell signal at a lot of the locations. It goes in and out. It doesn't work very well. Let me know how this one looks and works. I'm trying to keep the rig a little bit simpler so I can do it more frequently. I'm trying to pull up the chat here just so I can make sure I got the ability to respond to you guys. All right, so some of the first big news is that the Autopilot hardware upgrade that we talked about on the last episode during the earnings call for Tesla is going to be free to anybody that paid for the full self-driving package. And that doesn't matter how much you paid for it. So like when I ordered my Model X, it was a $3,000 option. It is now a $5,000 option for people that did not previously purchase it. They purchased it after delivery. So, like, say if you ordered a Model 3 now, you have an option to buy it for $4,000 when you configure, or turn it on later for $5,000. When you pay that extra amount for the full self-driving in about up to 6 months, I don't know, Elon's always saying some crazy thing, but I wouldn't expect it any sooner than 6 months for sure. They'll pull out the little computer behind the glove box and put in the new one that allows for the order of magnitude processing power needed for the full self-driving, where it can run over 2,000 frames per second on all the cameras and really process all that data that's needed to handle complex things like intersections and not having perfect lines on the roads and all the high def mapping that's needed. Anywho, what do you guys think about that? I mean, it's interesting. If is that how much? I wonder how much profit they're making on this board, because it's a pretty advanced little chip and GPU. I mean, like, if you figure, I guess it's not even a GPU. It's a custom designed chip made for AI neural networks. So they're saying, Elon was saying on the earnings call that whether it be a CPU or a GPU, it's basically doing an emulation layer of what needs to be done for AI learning and processing. And if they were able to do custom designed silicon just for the purposes of self-driving car, that would be extremely more efficient. Less power consumption and just more processing power. So that's what they've been working on for the past few years. It's all done. They're going to start putting it in cars when they're ready to have the first full self-driving features available. And now there's a little bit of change up in Elon what was saying, where it's going to be 6 months from now that they'll actually have the full self-driving only features that come out. And that the version 9 that's supposed to be coming out this month for the on-ramp to off-ramp is actually an enhanced autopilot feature that works on the current hardware and is going to be available to anybody that bought the enhanced autopilot. Which brings me to free trial of enhanced autopilot. So Elon and Tesla, I guess, mainly Tesla, sent out this thing, and they said they were going to do this, where it's a free 14-day trial. So if you did not order enhanced autopilot, you can try it out for 2 weeks, because they think once you try it out, you're going to find a way to come up with that $5,000 or so to activate it. And they're probably right. I mean, once you use Autopilot, if you're in a situation where it works well for you, if you do a lot of driving, it makes a huge difference. Even though you still have to have your hands on the wheel, it really is doing all the driving for you on pretty much anything that doesn't involve like an actual decision. So anytime you have to, stop, you got to take over for stop signs, turns, picking lanes or exits and things like that. But it does make driving fatigue a lot less. You do still need to pay attention, but it's I don't know. You just have to try it. It's amazing the first time you try it. It was really cool in the first versions where you literally could have your hand off the wheel for like an hour or two at a time if the road conditions were perfect. It's kind of a bummer they scaled it back to like every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 3 minutes, every 2 minutes, every 1 minute. And now it's about every 30 seconds that it really says to apply force to the wheel. And I found the best thing to do is just hang your hand on the bottom of it. And that's where you rest your hand. You got to rest your hand somewhere. You can either have it on your lap or, wherever, and you can touch it every 30 seconds. But it says to keep applying force to the wheel. And really the safest thing to do is have your hand on the steering wheel. And, resting it there is enough force to keep it from triggering the alerts for me. So that's what I personally do. And it works pretty well. Again, if you're watching this, it's live. Please comment on the chat on anything I'm talking about, and I'll try and respond here in between stories or at the end. Tesla's also working on a fob for maybe for the Model 3. It's a new fob, FCC filing. A lot of people complained about the Model 3, and they had said previously that they were going to give an option to purchase a fob for the Model 3. On my Model 3, I noticed it works pretty good most of the time, but like if the phone battery's low in like power saving mode, it tends to be a little bit more finicky, and the little backup key is kind of a pain to press and get right, to have it trigger or to put it right where you need to start. I mean, it works, but it's just not super seamless. And then the biggest thing, and the thing I would use the fob for the most, is the frunk. Because right now, to use the frunk, you have to get out your phone, unlock your phone, launch the Tesla app, and go in and press the button. And then even then, there's a little bit of lag between that and the frunk opening. So if you utilize the frunk a lot for storage, it's not ideal. It would be really nice to just, double tap it on the fob, and then bam, it works. So hopefully that's in the works. What do you guys think? I think I want the other option too on my Model X to be able to use the phone as a key, because it's just cool. If I forget my fob, or if I'm going to work out or something and I don't want to have the extra bulk in my pockets, then just using the phone, or even a watch. The watch app would be really awesome. I don't even need a phone. Just to have it an option. I think choice is key, and that would be amazing. A Tesla mobile service vehicle just drove by, and I think that's pretty cool that they're using it's a Model S to do the old, what they used to call the Ranger service now. All right. Also, an update on Model 3 performance track mode. A lot of people thought it was just disabling like traction control and allowing you to do more maneuvers on the track. It's actually enhancing it, which is pretty cool. There's talk about how it's using regen and kind of changing the driver dynamics that help with the slip distribution instead of braking, and giving more control to the driver. I guess it's in beta mode, and they'll push it out as in an update later to people. So I don't know. It's pretty cool that they got this for the performance Model 3, and it sounds like it's a software thing. So hopefully it'll also come out for the Model S. I've got a friend that is getting a Model 3 performance, and he drives motocross, so it'll be really cool to see what he does. He won his class this year, at our local motocross race. I was in it too. I did not win. I did reasonably good, but I did not win. And this is the Model X. I think we also tried it with the Model 3 and did pretty good too. But I think the performance Model 3 and an actual real driver, which I am not, would do significantly better. So Elon says that they're working on a Tesla mini car, because there was a tweet about, are they going to make a mini Model X like the Radio Flyer or the Model S? And Elon says, well, we'll do an X version that could fit an adult, maybe, or which would be really cool. My niece was actually just in a little mini race of Hot Wheel cars, and the little Model S that we have just flew by. I mean, it was like 2 or 3 times faster than all the other little ones. Like, they should probably wear a helmet when using these things, because it's almost ridiculous how fast they are. And last but not least, the big news of the week is Elon tweeted out that they're looking at taking Tesla private. Right now, it's a public company. You can buy shares in it, and the stock is always going up and down. It's a roller coaster, and I guess I'm not a huge stock expert. Don't take any advice from me, but over time, the stock has gone up significantly, and looks to only go up higher and higher with a huge market cap. And it's always a roller coaster, though. Any little thing drops the stock price. If Elon says something a little bit off, or they can't make whatever quota of numbers of Teslas, or they got to get money, or any little thing, just the stock goes crazy, and it affects how they do business. So it sounds like they've got financing lined up, and they're looking at taking it private and buying everybody out at $420 a share, which is pretty decent. I can't remember what it's at right now. It was like $380 last I looked, and just earlier in the year it was like $250. So it's been going up. I don't want to get into it too much, but it's a pretty big deal if they take it private. I think one of the nice things about them being public is that it generates a lot of news. Whether it's good or bad is up for debate, but it does get people out and aware of the brand more. So there's that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I had fun, doing the little show. I didn't really see many people online. I don't know if I actually did this correctly. Hopefully I didn't miss any of your chats. I will try and respond in comments below if you're watching this after the fact when it is not live. And I will see you guys next time. Please subscribe to the channel. You can talk to me on Twitter. I'm at Walking Crow on Twitter. Wrong graphic. Yeah, at Walking Crow on Twitter. And if you plan on getting a Tesla Model S, a Model X, some solar panels, or the performance version of the Model 3, you can use my code Patrick4254 and you'll get free supercharging for life. This is only going on, I think, until September 15th, so there's not a whole lot of time. But if you are getting one and free supercharging, you can't beat that. And last but not least is WildWestEV.com. If you want to check that out, that is the company that me and my family put together to get more charging stations put in around Wyoming so that people can get around. Not a lot of public charging stations, so we're trying to get a few out there. You can sponsor a station for as little as $100 and get your name on a sign permanently there. It says that you help get charging out into the middle of nowhere. Thank you again so much. We'll see you guys later.